What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, now on the last episode of Band of Brothers, we left off with seeing pretty much the results of Webster, a character who we followed a good bit of how he was pretty much trying to get back acclimated into the fold with his company, Easy Company, basically. And we were pretty much seeing how, like, the results of like a soldier being inactive for a good long while before they finally come back, they figure out, a lot of the things that originally was there isn't there anymore, and how people used to act don't act that way anymore, because we pretty much saw how war could really truly change someone, especially when they've been through a lot and they've lost a lot, as we saw with Malarkey, obviously, how he pretty much is more on the somber down slope, and how he pretty much had to be replaced in the mission as a result. And also another character we followed, Jackson, who by the end of the episode obviously was taken out. We saw pretty much how inexperience also played a factor in someone not necessarily being able to understand the situations they're in, obviously, because I believe in the last episode we saw how I originally had thought that it was a trap set up, but I believe it was the results of his own mistakes, where when he threw a grenade, not threw a grenade, but like when they launched the grenade launcher, whatever it was, up into the house, we pretty much saw how like Jackson rushed in there way too fast, and it pretty much resulted in backfiring on him completely and horrible. So yeah, pretty much that's what happened in the last episode mostly. But anyways, let's go ahead and get right on into this next episode. This is the second to last episode, episode 9, Why We Fight. And let's go ahead and get this started.
It was a situation there where
Starting
everybody
off
was happy to see
right
the war
away.
coming to an end, and the Germans didn't, and they realized that the end was there.
The way is to say only good crowd is a dead one. Well, but there was
Okay.
something in. Most of them were kids. We all were kids.
They had a job to do the
Yeah,
same way as
true.
me. So did the job that we had to do.
I think we thought that the German, but as the war went along, we found out also that hey,
A lot of those soldiers.
Okay.
I've thought about this often. That man and I might have been good friends. We might have liked to fish. He might like to hunt. You never know. Of course, they were doing what they were supposed to do, and but under different circumstances, we might have been good friends.
That's actually a really good way of putting it, specifically. Uh, how they were pretty much talking about how at the end of the day they're human just like them. So I mean, they live, they're happy, they get sad, and a lot of other different outcomes happen with them. And as they were just saying just then, the one at the end was talking about how they might have liked to fish like him and other different scenarios. It just really shows you that even though they're fighting against each other, obviously each side views each other in a different light. Got ourselves a violin with wonderful sounds that we're about to hear. I ain't gonna lie, I do think violins are probably the most beautiful sounding instruments. Piano comes in at second. Okay. Got the violin people, yep, got the violin people playing some somber music, and a lot of sadness going on in the background, showing some civilians looking like they're trying to pick up a lot of the debris from different parts in the war, obviously. Then it seems like you also got some soldiers working with him as well.
Yeah. All he needs is a little Mozart.
Beethoven.
Yeah, Beethoven. Those are two obviously famed musicians.
Pass auf, Hannes, du wirst überfahren.
Just walking out there, you gotta look both ways. You don't look both ways, you get crushed.
Because I don't know how to tell them their kids never even made it out of the goddamn plane.
You tell them what you always tell them. Their sons died as heroes.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a tough job to have to do. Like, just imagine you have to go through the families of each soldier that ain't returning, telling them specifically what happened. Now, I don't know if they actually tell them what happened, but I just know that that's a lot of things that a lot of law enforcers and other special unit types of people have to do.
Hey, O'Brien, relax, would you? I'm trying to read.
It's O'Keefe.
Right.
Yep. Patrick O'Keefe. My friends call me Patty.
Hey, O'Brien. Shut up.
I told you, it's O'Keefe.
You know why no one remembers your name? It's because no one wants to remember your name. There's too many Smiths, D'Amatos, and O'Keefes, and O'Briens, who Toccoa men. That you dumb replacements got killed in the first place. And they're all like you. They're all piss and vinegar. Let me at them. When do I get to jump into Berlin? 2 days later, there they are, with their blood and guts hanging out. And they're screaming for a medic.
Okay, so he's pretty much doing all his trauma dumping at the moment.
Hey, you listening to me? Do you understand that this is
But
the
then
best part?
again, you could also say that he's trying to help him out by giving him some advice.
Germany is almost as good as being home. I even got to wipe my ass with real toilet paper today. So quit asking about when you're gonna see some action, will you? It's been 2 years since I seen home. 2 years.
War's not about fighting anymore, it's about who gets what.
Go ahead and deal me out of the next hand.
What about your money?
I guess that's his way of telling you to keep it. Ooh, okay. Breaking and entering right now. And then stole something, I reckon.
Hey, Bess, you have news? Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't realize that you were here.
What news?
300,000 Krauts just surrendered.
All right.
Katz is divorcing me.
I'm sorry.
Dang.
He's taking everything.
That absolutely would suck. Like, he went into war and then a few years later, wife wants to divorce him, now taking everything from him. Yeah, it done got to him at this point. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's actually probably one of the more beautiful type of singing when everyone is doing it in unison and it's in click with one another. Keep on alert. Okay, entering enemy territory. Keep on alert. Okay, here we go.
She's got 5 minutes.
Germany territory. Yeah, getting all the civilians out. That sucks though, having to run families out of their homes, basically.
Look at them! Even in defeat, they still know how to march with pride!
Oh, okay. So yeah, they are soldiers then. Just like he said, they've been defeated basically.
Hey, you! That's
All right,
right!
man, sit
You
down.
stupid crowd bastards! That's right! Say hello to Ford!
I mean, you could be a little humble about it now. You don't have to gloat.
What were you thinking?
That's enough, Webster. Give it a rest.
Yeah, Webster.
Dragging our asses halfway around the world. Interrupting our lives for what?
You ignorant
He's back at it again. Oh, man. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I think Webster has the best personality of everyone so far. It's been funny with him. I mean, I see his point of view, I guess, just because of the fact that, like he said, they drugged them halfway across the world. So I guess he's saying, let me talk this trash. Oh, man. Woo! I did not expect to see an execution. Ah. Oh, yeah, I see what they did there with that. That's the one that was talking to that guy earlier about how he was ready to go home. He's running back. What happened?
Hey, Jonas, sir, we found something. We came across this.
What? Frank, what is it?
I don't know, sir.
So, are they like prisoners?
Open it up, sir.
They look malnutrition.
Christensen, any of your men speak German? No, sir. I need Liebgott. Liebgott! Liebgott! Major needs you up front right now.
Sure.
4 of them. They sick and a lot of other different. Oh my God! He's holding. Oh man. Oh man! Look at that one.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm surprised he even has the strength to carry that person. Like, oh man.
Das Lager heute Morgen verlassen.
You said the guards left this morning, sir.
Konnten Sie aber einige von diesen
Langsam bitte, langsam.
Einige der Baracken.
They burned some of the huts first.
Mit den Gefangenen immer noch drinnen. Lebend.
Man.
Sir. Alive.
Jesus Christ. Aber einige von den Gefangenen haben sie versucht.
Ask him what kind of camp this is.
Was ist das hier?
That's what I want to know.
Das hier, das ist ein Unerwünschte, wirklich.
He says it's a work camp for,
Yeah, I figured it was some kind of labor camp.
Look at their arms.
Got numbers on them, basically. Oh my God. Ah. And that's where they put the bodies, most likely.
Keith?
Yep. And this one right here earlier. Yeah, they were having that conversation earlier about how it's not what you'd expect and all that, you know, him telling him about like you being ready to be shipped out to go fight and stuff. But yeah, he's seeing firsthand what that fighting results into.
Find Spears and figure out how the hell to get him some food. And water.
I mean, I don't know if they'll even be able to eat. Like, it would probably hurt them so much to even try to eat.
Shut up! Ich das Brot augenblicklich wieder zurückbringen! Das gehört uns hier! Shut up, you Nazi fuck!
Ich bin kein Nazi. Ich bin kein Nazi.
So are you gonna tell me that you never smelled the fucking stench?
Töten Sie mich nicht. Ich verstehe nicht, was Sie da sagen.
He says he doesn't know what the hell you're talking about.
I think he understands clearly what he's talking about.
Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. You say he don't understand? Nah, he understands exactly why he mad. Oh man, that has to be such a relief. I've never thought that regular bread would look so appealing until this just now.
Tell Major Winters, Captain Nixon, what you just told me.
Yes, sir. We need to stop giving these men food right now. They're starving. We give them too much to eat too quickly, they'll eat themselves to death. We need to...
Yeah, true. I about to say it would hurt with all that eating, considering that they're basically nothing but bones at this point. Gotta tell. I mean, he probably already told him, but you know, just gotta get him to understand it. They still want to help you, obviously, but you know, you can't intake too much of it. Pain in his eyes, you can see it.
From division. Been finding camps like this all over the place.
Okay, so yeah, understandable. Like, that's not the only one.
A lot worse.
Worse?
Yeah. Apparently. 10 times as big. Execution chambers, ovens.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Locals claim that they never even knew the camp existed. They say we're exaggerating.
I don't know about
You're
that.
gonna have a hell of an education tomorrow.
It's been a hard-hitting episode, I ain't gonna lie. The emotions are running real high in this one. For real, just because of the fact that, you know, obviously we got Nick, is how you say his name, Nixon? How we got his little journey going on with his alcohol problems as well as his wartime struggles. Then to go along with seeing this right here, like, people that are literally starved and executed basically. Oh my God. Like, this is some hard-hitting stuff right here. And then obviously them developing diseases and a lot of specific details. Like, it's really showcases what went into a lot of people's lives back then during this time. You know what though? I see a little symbolism in this because that's the lady he saw in the house. Okay, now we're back to, you know what? I just realized that's basically what all this was. The beginning, because it did state how it went back a month or two. Oh, okay, okay. So at this point, he's been taken out.
Is the war over, sir? No. have orders to Berchtesgaden. We're gonna move out 1 hour.
Why? The man's not home. Should have killed himself 3 years ago. Saved us a lot of trouble.
You know what? I'm slow because I forgot that this episode basically flashed back and it's led up to this moment. I'm thinking that the first part in the beginning was happening after everything we just saw, when in reality everything we saw at the beginning was what happened after what was going on. Now I understand the symbolism of the violin, because I remember earlier I was saying how violins were more so instruments that represent a lot of somber and sadness and stuff, basically. And I also said like how they were, in my opinion, probably the most beautiful sounding instruments. But I loved how they really showcased its somberness in this episode as well. During the following months. Camps, yeah. Final solution to the Jewish questions. Okay. Between 1942 and 1945. Murdered, many of them in camps. Okay. Oh man, 6 million though. Whoo, man, that episode was hard hitting. I ain't gonna lie. That was probably the most heart-wrenching episode, just because of the fact, obviously those are human beings for starters, obviously, because the fact that people could be that evil and that wicked in their ways really just showcases the best, but at the same time the absolute worst that a human can be. Obviously, with the Jews, as we saw in their camps, and you know, I've heard a lot about that and learned a lot about it. I forgot what it was called, but I know it was basically some kind of an event that was happening during the time where they would round up and capture a lot of Jews and basically bring them into camps and torture them, and a lot of other different aspects that they would bring to the table. You know, it was just a lot of brutal things to read up on, and then to watch it in this show and see it firsthand, like, it just really brings into the perspective of, man, this stuff actually happened. This ain't put in for no dramatic flair. This is stuff that truly happened in history, you know, not just American history, but just you know, German history, Jewish history, just everything that's notable all around. And it truly showcases the horrors of war itself. This was not a fun time to live in, not for anyone, basically, at least the ones that were of poor classes, and probably some middle classes and a lot. But now that I think about it, I really love the symbolism with the violin. Obviously, I was talking about how it was a very beautiful instrument. You know, it was basically, in my opinion, one of the more beautiful instruments that could be played. And then, you know, obviously a piano second, but that's just my opinion. But obviously, I loved how it was showcased at the beginning. We're just thinking, obviously, it's just regular cleanups from the buildings and a lot of other different debris. But then, as I said earlier, I mistaken and thought that the beginning of the episode was happening, and then everything that happened in the episode was after the beginning. But no, it was actually the beginning of the episode being the end of the episode, but then throughout the episode was everything that happened before, because it was basically a flashback episode in many ways. But like I said, you know, obviously we got at the end confirmation of Hitler's demise. Obviously, everyone pretty much knows most of the story behind that, almost at least. And obviously, like I said, you know, this is just a really hard-hitting episode. It really just hit home everything. It was fantastic in every aspect. You know, it brought out the emotions. It brought out each character's thoughts and feelings on the situation. It just truly rung home what truly went into people's lives during this time. Fantastic episode. I ain't gonna lie. I think this was actually the best episode of the series so far, just because of what it truly brought to the table. But yeah, with that being said, we got one more episode, and this will be the last one of the Band of Brothers series. And then I also know there's supposed to be a documentary as well. Hopefully I'll be able to get a chance to look at that as well, because I want to see that. But with that being said, make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and I'll see you all in the last episode